Presiding Officer, Choose to Challenge is the theme for this year's International Women's Day. Challenge is healthy, helpful, and when constructive and persistent, it's ultimately what gets things done. From challenge comes change. And challenge always helps us make better decisions. Challenge is necessary. I get the appeal of consensus, of compliance, of conformity, of not making a fuss. Consensus is comfortable. But make no mistake, consensus is most valuable when it's arrived at after debate, discussion, and yes, challenge. And when that happens, it's worth substantially more than the warm, cosy feeling that being surrounded only with those of the same mind as our own gives. So let me salute challenging women, and in particular, those who are leaving our Parliament. The women who persistently speak out for women and girls, even when doing so is difficult, uncomfortable, and comes at a cost, because in doing so, they're accused of not caring about others, or worse, of harming others. Let me commend women who have different beliefs, different political or philosophical positions, but come together and respectfully and honestly work for a shared goal. I want to acknowledge women who centre women and girls in the work that they do. Women who campaign and fight against the persisting injustices women face in this stubbornly persistent patriarchal society. Injustices such as the undervaluing of care, both paid and unpaid, predominantly carried out by women, pregnancy and maternity discrimination, the gender pay gap, and limiting sexist stereotypes. I want to acknowledge and applaud women who campaign to end male violence against women in all its forms: sexual harassment, domestic abuse, female genital mutilation, so-called honour crimes, sexual assault, rape, trafficking, stalking and prostitution. I thank women like Elaine Smith who understand that women's liberation is not complete, and the world right now is not as safe as it should be for women and girls, and it's certainly not equal. And I want to particularly acknowledge older women who've spent decades fighting and to whom we owe a huge debt of gratitude for all they achieved in securing women's rights and freedoms that many of us now take for granted and perhaps sometimes forget had to be fought for. To women who've shared their personal trauma publicly to illustrate the need to uphold women's rights and have been shamefully accused of weaponising their trauma, I understand the toll that takes. I'm sorry that happened to you. Thank you for your strength. I want to celebrate the women in our communities, in our council chambers, in our parliaments and in our government who put their heads above the parapet and in the face of patronising dismissal, in the face of ridicule, sexism, hostility, and in some cases in the face of violent misogynistic abuse and threats of physical harm. Keep going, keep speaking out, keep taking action. I see you all, you make a difference. Solidarity, and thank you, sisters.
Thank you very much, Ms Maguire.